You're listening to The Bottom Line with Jim and Lissa Walsh on URL Radio.
All right, do you really care if you're watching a TV show that they look like you?
No.
Some new study came out saying, TV looks more like us, that's why we watch. I don't buy that. And it's not a bleeding heart liberal thing. It's not political at all.
No.
I just like a good story.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Name of the show is The Bottom Line here on URL Radio. By the way, thank you, Stacy, for that great introduction. My name is Jim.
My name is Lissa.
And together we are a happily married couple. That's what we tell people anyway. And just,
it's our little shtick.
It uncomplicates things
Yes.
considerably if we just say that. But no, we're going to talk about this. A study that came out. Let me pull it up here.
Mm-hmm.
The source on this, by the way, is a TV station in one of our favorite cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
KSTP.com, Channel 5, ABC.
Yes, it says here, the study originated at UCLA.
Okay.
And it says that American TV audiences like to see shows with people that look more like themselves.
So they're
I
saying
ain't buying it.
white folks like to see shows with white folks and black folks like to see shows with black folks. And
Well, maybe in the days of the people from Mad Men, maybe back in the day they did, but not me, not us.
no, well, even when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was growing up, I watched Good Times.
Yeah.
I watched Sanford and Son.
Hey, dummy.
I watched The Jeffersons.
Right.
Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Those were not predominantly white shows. Those were shows that were predominantly black cast.
Later on, you had Cosby.
Yes, you
You know,
did.
his current fall out of grace notwithstanding. But at the time, it was a #1 show. It was the cultural event of the decade for a lot of people.
In America.
And it happened to concern itself with a black family.
And during the time that it was #1, it was #1.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is necessarily true, this thing they're saying. They're saying, though, that shows with women of color seem to get a lot more interest than
Shows
even,
of men of color? Or?
than white folk.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what it said in the article. Didn't y'all read the article?
Well, yes, I skimmed over the article.
Yeah, he skimmed over. Yeah.
I just like I did in college. I skimmed through everything.
This is why we do this, because I read stuff and he just skims.
Yeah, and I faked it like crazy on the final exam. But when I watch a TV show, I don't watch it. And again, it's not. I don't watch a TV show to make a point that I'm watching a show.
No.
Maybe some people do. I don't. I watch a
don't
TV
either.
show for the story.
Yeah, me too.
If it's a good story, then I'm hooked. I'm in. I don't care what they look like.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the ultimate example. You mentioned all the great African American shows from the '70s, Sanford and Son. Red Fox.
Yes.
Dummy. We used to tune in. He and Aunt Esther would go at it.
Yes, I love it.
I loved it. And Grady.
Yes.
I was a big fan of
Oh,
Grady.
I loved Grady.
Grady
Yeah,
was great.
Grady was great.
And, of course, the son, who was forever embarrassed
DeMont.
by DeMont.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still around.
I know he is.
Anyway, and then you had, what was the show we were talking about where they had the one token white guy, the
Jeffersons.
the hoity-toity English fellow.
No, there was two token white guys, but it was the Jeffersons.
Okay, the Jeffersons.
Because it
The
had
English
Bentley.
white fellow.
It had
Bentley.
Bentley.
Yes, they
Mr.
had Bentley.
Bentley. It was across the street. It was
Yeah.
across the way.
We didn't watch that show only to see Bentley because he
No.
looked like us. I mean, that's ridiculous.
No. Well, and then Roxy was married to Willis, who was a white guy.
Right.
Yeah, and we didn't watch it for that. I mean,
Yeah.
we watched their relationship.
Yes, of course.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, you watch
But
for the story.
I loved, what's her face, who was the maid.
Oh,
Her real
right.
name is Marla.
Yeah.
But she was the maid.
Oh, yeah. What was her name?
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, she was always getting the last word on something.
Oh, she was.
Oh, she was good.
It was great.
She was awesome.
Listen, Mrs. Jefferson.
No, she would always get in the argument with, what's his name? Mr. Jefferson. What was his name?
I'm looking for it. Hang
Oh,
on.
you're looking. Okay. But again, you look at, to me, the ultimate example is probably something like Star Trek.
Florence, George Jefferson,
yes.
Florence.
George and Florence would
Louise,
go at it.
and he would always call her Wheezy.
Wheezy, yeah.
Wheezy, I loved it. Roxy Roker is Helen Willis.
Uh-huh.
Mike Evans is Lionel Jefferson.
Right.
Yeah. Paul Benedict is Harry Bentley.
Yeah, Lionel started on All in the Family.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Well, there's another show that kind of mixed them up.
All in
but,
the Family, yeah.
You know, it was not a gratuitous thing. They didn't just throw a guy in
No.
there who looked a certain way just to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think people back then would have gone for it.
No. But Archie Bunker was a misogynistic, biased bigot.
Yeah.
And he was perfectly comfortable being that.
Yeah.
And yet we watched him change.
We
the
loved
show.
him. Like,
We
people loved the
loved
guy.
him. We loved him, and we realized,
It was his humanity that we loved.
well, yeah, he was raised that way,
Yeah.
and he didn't see anything wrong with it,
Right.
because he was raised that way. But as he got to know people of color and people of different nationalities and cultures and beliefs, he became a better person when he started respecting them.
Well, I think what happened was after Edith passed away, he kind of mellowed out a bit when they did the other show where he
Yes,
bought the bar.
Archie's
Place, yeah. And they had the little girl, which was kind of lame.
It
but
didn't last very
that
long.
didn't work
No,
out
it
very
didn't last.
well.
No, but it was
Yeah.
Archie was the butt of the joke.
Right.
He was always the butt of the joke. And that was what was so cool about that show.
But the thing is, you didn't watch Archie just because he looked like
No.
he fit a certain appearance.
No.
I mean, look at all the people who went to see, what was the Marvel movie in Africa?
Oh, Wakanda.
Wakanda,
No, you're
yeah.
talking about Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, I mean, people went nuts with that movie.
loved-
and it had nothing to
I
do with
loved
what they
Black
looked like.
Panther,
It was a
yeah.
great story about this interesting culture, this interesting group of people.
No.
And
Beautiful,
that's what
beautiful
people
people.
want. People want a good story. They don't
Yep.
want they don't want you to have to make a political point. We're going
Right.
back to Star Trek, the ultimate example.
I love Star Trek.
You don't have to be a Klingon to appreciate Star Trek.
No, you had an Asian, you had a Russian, you had a black woman, you had an alien.
Yeah, you had whatever Spock was supposed to.
Vulcan.
Vulcan, yes.
You had a Vulcan, you had an
Well,
alien
he was kind of
Vulcan.
Jewish,
Well, yeah.
Nimoy was kinda Jewish.
Leonard Nimoy said that the live long and prosper
Yeah.
sign that he came up with.
Something
he
saw a
actually
rabbi.
created this. It was,
Yeah.
it was close to a kind of a live sign that comes from the Hebrew.
Yeah, some kind of thing he saw the rabbi do one
Yeah.
time when he wasn't supposed to be looking. Seriously.
Seriously.
He wasn't supposed to be looking at the rabbi, but the rabbi made this sign, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that's where he got the idea for the
That's where,
live long and prosper.
Yeah.
But again, the whole idea of strange new worlds. I'm channeling Shatner.
Yes.
Right. I have had way too much coffee today.
Oh, I haven't had enough, dear.
But, well, there's never too much. I guess there's
true,
never
yeah.
really enough in that
I
sense.
can go back after this and have some more.
There you go. Well, no, we're got to get ready to go lay down. Go back to bed. We're going to take our mid-afternoon nap?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe.
I am. You do what you got to do.
We believe in an afternoon siesta in our household.
Yes, we do. It's a cultural thing, and there
It is.
you go.
It is. That's our culture.
So I don't get where UCLA comes up with this stuff. Who are they talking to that these people find it so important that the people on TV look like them?
they were talking to. Let me quote.
Yeah, okay.
This is good.
This is from the thing.
really good.
Yeah, it's in the thing there.
This is awesome.
the thing.
So they're talking about the white monolith.
The white what? Monolith?
Monolith television and executives that are the ones.
Oh.
Yeah. That are the ones who are coming up with this idea that
Well, there's your problem. You talk to the suits who think they know how to program
you
to the
talk
people.
to the white guys in
Yeah,
suits
right.
who think they know how to program to people.
Yeah.
Now, some of the things they did mention that I agree with, Native Americans are almost invisible on television and in movies, and
Yeah.
that is horrid.
Yeah.
You know,
You had Tonto.
Asian men and women. Also, we're starting to have more shows.
Well,
thank
it's
goodness.
getting it's getting better.
But the shows we're having are, what's the word?
Stereotype.
Yeah,
They're very
stereotype
broadly-
shows. Yeah, and that's not good.
Remember the show with the Korean lady, the comedian?
Yes, Margaret Cho.
That was interesting.
It was interesting, and it wasn't stereotypical. And that's the thing, is we've got to get away from the just like the stereotypical
Yeah.
blacks back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. You know,
Yeah.
feats don't fail me now.
Hey, Miss Andy.
It was
what'd you think
awful
of that?
because that's, we're talking about people.
Yeah.
We're talking about real live people, intelligent, articulate.
Let's take a real life break here, why don't
Okay.
we? And we'll kick back and get some coffee and try to wake up.
You did the same.
And that we're talking about this idea that some people still have in this day and age that you watch people on TV, they got to look like you. Otherwise, you're not going to watch. What the hell?
I know.
What's going on with that? What's up with that
This is
anyway?
2021.
Hey, forget about it.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Tony Soprano, he looks like me. He's fat and he's bald. That's all I need to see. But we're going to take a break, and we will continue. The name of the show is The Bottom Line, and this is URL Radio. I'm sorry, did you have something you wanted to add to this?
No, you're doing very well.
Okay, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Hang
I'm
in
very
there.
proud of him. Hang around.
Thank you.